Giles, East Hartford, Connecticut. Governor Malloy, you the best damn governor this state had.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody want to counter that?
There probably a bunch of objections.
My name is Paul Zukowski. I'm from Hartford. I wanted to point out to the governor that there's actually not background checks done at the airport, since nobody actually gets arrested for outstanding warrants. I would also like to point out that at one point I worked at a youth shelter where we had a child who went to the library, got a chemistry book, found out how to make gunpowder, and attempted to set off a bomb underneath a gas stove. How would banning books be any different than banning firearms? That's the question I'd like to ask. They're both constitutionally protected.
Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Malloy, for coming to Naugatuck, Connecticut. It's quite an honor to have you come into our area and have us have an opportunity to speak what we're thinking. And I'd really like to get a little insight about what the programs are that you plan to provide for those with mental disabilities. There's been a lot of cuts in the state of Connecticut with the children that have no programs to adhere to, and to keep them out of the video games that are no longer censored, that is quite an impression on their everyday living.
I don't want to go there. Someone tried.
I don't know how she's going to vote on this, but
Hey, Governor.
how are you?
Senator Hartley.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to Naugatuck High School. For those of you who joined us who are not from the borough, my name is Bob Mezzo. We're very glad you came out this evening and grateful for the governor to be here to share his thoughts on issues facing our state. We chose this particular location because this is the flagship school in our district. It is the focal point in our community, and on Tuesday it will begin an $81 million renovation. It was built in 1958. It shows a bit of its wear in certain places, and we're very proud of the project and the community that came together to support it. On Tuesday we break ground here. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Governor Malloy on many fronts. For one, for thinking of Naugatuck and the Valley when he chose to have this town hall forum this evening. We're grateful that he can come here and speak to us one-on-one. We face some tough times. We deal with that every day on a local level, but it's certainly magnified with the issues facing our state. But I would like to thank him for the understanding he has as a 14-year former mayor of the city of Stamford. It's very easy to know when you speak to Governor Malloy that he understands local issues and the problems that we face every day. He's been a large supporter of the borough of Naugatuck on many fronts. We have a downtown development initiative that has been several years in the making, has weathered some of the storms of the recession, but he and his office have been extremely supportive. In addition to the support provided last year, which is an ongoing commitment to our educational system in terms of being an Alliance District member. It's very important that all of our children are ready to learn when they leave this building, and the governor understands that. He knows it's not an easy topic, but he's been extremely supportive of this school district as well. So, and I'm also grateful to have our superintendent here, Johnson Gibson, as well as the chairman of our Board of Education, David Heller. You know, this, as I said, is a difficult legislative session, but I do give the governor credit and applaud his courage for taking on some of the issues that we face here in the state of Connecticut. And I also applaud his ability to re-examine his position every now and then. I was told a couple weeks ago that you actually donned a Red Sox jersey. Yeah. And as a lifelong Red Sox fan, I appreciate your thought on that. My wife is a Yankee fan, so if you could speak with her after. But just to close, the governor and I have taken office at a time when Mother Nature has decided to be quite nasty to us. And we've undergone blizzards, we've had floods, we've had hurricanes. There has never been a time during one of those crises when you really need some assistance on the state level where Governor Malloy has not been available to us. And by available, I mean by the phone call away that he immediately takes. When this building was covered in 4 feet of snow, and we needed the National Guard to assist with removing the snow from that building, Governor Malloy arranged that in a matter of a couple hours. So I know these have been difficult times for weather, but I thank you personally for your leadership and your commitment to these issues. Without further ado, it's my honor, on behalf of the Borough of Naugatuck, to introduce our Governor, Daniel P. Malloy.
Two things I want to do very quickly. One is to ask that Patrick McKinley come up for a moment, if you would.